Hello and welcome to the Simone Bailly Show. I'm your host, Simone Bailly. I'm an actress, and you may have seen me on such TV shows as Stargate SG-1, Smallville, The L Word, Battlestar Galactica, and as Cross's partner in the video game Need for Speed Most Wanted. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are new to the show, welcome. Right now, we have fans tuning in from all over the world. It's great to have you all here, and a huge shout out to my new subscribers and everyone on our live chat. There's so many people here. It's awesome. Appreciate your love and enthusiasm. I think I'm just as excited as you are about today's episode. Today, we are going to talk a lot about Need for Speed, specifically Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. We have actors from the game, including myself, joining us today, and we'll take a look at the never-before-seen cinematics, concept car designs, and other behind-the-scenes details from the making of Most Wanted with one of the makers of the game himself, Habib Zargarpour. Okay, let's bring him on. Boom. Hi, Habib.
Hi, Simone. How are you?
I'm great. I'm going to sing your praises. I had the pleasure of working with Habib on Need for Speed Most Wanted. You guys, Habib Zargarpour is a visionary genius who was instrumental in so much of the look and design of Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. We have this man to thank for how freaking cool he made the game. Habib was the senior art director at EA. He crafted many video games, including 3 Need for Speed games: Need for Speed Underground, Most Wanted 2005, and Nitro. He now does visual effects on huge blockbusters like Blade Runner 2049, Jon Favreau's The Jungle Book. He's worked on Star Wars and Star Trek movies, The Bourne Identity, The Mask with Jim Carrey, and the original version of Jumanji with Robin Williams. He's worked with George Lucas's company, Industrial Light and Magic, for many years and was nominated for 2 Oscars for Best Visual Effects for The Perfect Storm and Twister. It is an honor to welcome back my dear friend, Habib Zargarpour.
Thank you so much. I should have you write my bio.
I'll be like the white woman.
That's awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next guest joining us today is YouTuber LP Ripper 24. He interviewed me on his show last year. He's a Need for Speed fanatic, and he does some awesome interviews and reviews on video games and cars. He's a huge content creator in the Need for Speed community. Please welcome LP Ripper 24. So great to have you.
Thank you, Simone. It's a pleasure.
LP.
Hey, what's going on, Habib?
See you again.
Hey, every time, man, every time.
You're going to see and learn things from Most Wanted today that you never knew. So on a scale of 1 to 10, LP, how excited are you about today's show?
Listen, I am very excited, and I'm ultimately excited to see someone that I had never seen before from the cast in Need for Speed Most Wanted.
That's right. So let's bring on this brand new guest. All right. I am
Hello.
so stoked about our next guest. Fans will recognize him as Ronnie McCrea from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Please welcome actor Paul Dzenkiw. Paul has been on many movies and TV shows like Van Helsing, The Man in High Castle, The 100, Hot Tub Time Machine, The Twilight Zone, the TV movie Carrie, and Tron: The Next Day. Paul and I have been friends for many years, and it is so great to have him on the show for what I think may be his very first Need for Speed appearance since we did the game. Am I right? Am I getting a Paul Dzenkiw exclusive right now?
Yes, it is. It's very much.
You sure are.
Simone, it's been super long time since I've seen you guys. What was it, 2004 we did it? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's true. You have not changed. You have not changed. Amazing.
Handsome as ever. All right, here we go. And our final guest, you will recognize him as Sergeant Cross from the video game franchise Need for Speed. I'm excited to welcome him back to the show, actor Dean McKenzie. Dean has an impressive resume working as an actor in TV, film, and video games. Some of his credits include Arrow, The Man in High Castle, Smallville, Supernatural, Riverdale, Stargate SG-1, The X-Files, Need for Speed Payback, Need for Speed Carbon, and Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. He keyed your car and he'll do it again. The man you love to hate. Please welcome Sergeant Cross, the one, the only, Mr. Dean McKenzie. Hi, Dean.
Oh, hi. How you doing, guys? Paul. It's been forever. Yeah, Habib. Oh my God, LP.
Hey, I'm still scared of you, man. I'm still scared of you. You've been threatening me.
What's that? Yeah. No. Your car is safe as long as I don't know where it is.
So true. What a pleasure. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so excited for today's show. This is such a treat to have you here. So now is a time to raise a glass because I wanted to tell everyone, if you did not know this, Need for Speed Most Wanted was released on November 11th, 2005. And this week, we celebrate Most Wanted's 15th anniversary. So everyone raise a glass. Happy Most Wanted anniversary.
All right.
Happy Most Wanted anniversary.
As I sip through my straw.
15 years? It's been 15 years?
Oh, 15 years, man.
Oh, God.
I was 12 years old when I was getting busted by you.
Well, you know what? I was trying my best to deter you from a life of crime. I've obviously failed.
Yeah, definitely. I break the law in Need for Speed almost every week, my friend.
Oh, you know.
That's why you play LP, just so you can break the law legally.
Yeah, I have to do it that way. Otherwise, I don't make it home.
Yeah, well, the law enforcement guys in your neighborhood, they don't mess around.
They sure don't, man. Especially in Texas, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're good, but they're bad.
Oh, no, I'm in Texas. I'm driving Miss Daisy. Oh my gosh! Wow, this is amazing to see all you guys again.
It's an amazing group.
This is really awesome, and it's so great to welcome Paul as our new addition. So today's episode, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a preview. So Habib was telling me that he was going through his stuff, and Habib, what did you find?
I found the binder from the game cinematics, and it's got my name on it.
So that is the most fun
cinematics. And there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of questions in this binder. And, I was, it just like looked like an ordinary binder, and then I opened it up, and then before I even saw the sleeve, but the amount of things we're going to be able to look at, I'll show it properly when we're going through it.
Absolutely. We have that's actually a piece of Most Wanted there that you have, Habib. That's actually part of the work.
You could open.
Yeah, this was what we were given for the shoot. So there's all the all the call sheets. There's the little mini scripts, and who was there what day. Pieces of the script that they scratched out that were gonna be deleted scenes.
Oh.
Paul, did you keep any of that stuff from back then?
You know what?
There's even a green screen sample for the green screen.
That's I keep so much. I probably have it someplace. Yeah, I just yeah.
Wow.
I still remember. I mean, he talks just the same. I remember Paul when he talks me down as he says, "Well, you don't have what it takes to beat me."
Oh, that's cool.
Whatever, right? And then this guy just like acts like he's all that. Look at him; he's still there. That's Paul. That's the energy there. I feel him. I feel that energy.
Oh man.
Yeah, this must be surreal for you, LP, because you do play the game. So you're like,
I play the games. I play them, and once in a while I daydream about playing them again. With the actors again. So You know,
Wow.
it's amazing. It's amazing to see you guys.
There's a lot of cool fans on, and I'm enjoying reading what they're saying.
Hey, Paul, since you're a new addition, do you mind giving a shout out to some of our live chat fans?
Yeah, I saw Billy Mercury was happy to see Ronnie. So, hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, where's our girlfriend Mia? I don't know. I actually have asked a few more of the actors if they want to join, but some of them are really hard to reach. They don't reply.
Yeah, Mia and Derek are working all the time doing other things. So
Yeah.
Someone had commented on Paul's physique being responsible for them going to the gym.
You know, I like the comment from Avalanche. Look at that. Avalanche says, "How's your car running?" That's the moment where you really get to know Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, how many times was that like a simple take for you, or do you have to take like a few times before you got that scene right? How was that for you?
You know, I think I had to do it a few times to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't think the character I brought in wasn't originally what was wanted.
Oh, talk about Most Wanted.
Yeah, I totally misread the casting breakdown, and I came in with something totally different. So I had this idea of a character, and I think there was a little bit of like, you should do it this way, and then the director wanted me to do it that way, and there was one of the producers wanted me to do it meaner. So I think I kept having to do that one over. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you ended up perfect because people love to hate you for what you did.
Yeah.
you were just a perfect guy. We're like, oh my god,
guys, and hold on.
My hands on him.
There's a comment from MRX Flood saying, "Ripper, you're the man for organizing this." Let me correct that. It was not me that organized this stream right now, you guys. This was organized by Simone Bailly. So we gotta give Simone some recognition. She's the one that organized this, and again, we did everything in our power to be here, supporting her, supporting each other, and the Need for Speed community on a special day to celebrate the anniversary, the 15th anniversary of Most Wanted. So,
and
cheers to that.
You know, you guys keep on saying that.
It took me 2.5 months to put this stream together, by the way, you guys. Like to coordinate all of us.
Yeah. Oh, what do you want us to scream? What is it? What was the scream? I forgot already, Dean.
15 years.
Everyone!
15 years. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just blown away by that. It's been 15 years. Oh God, I better make sure I get a reservation at the old folks' home. So
Habib, do you have any lines from Paul there? Do you have lines from Paul there, or any material from Paul, or no?
In here, I do. Yeah.
You do have material from Paul. Oh,
let's check out some stuff. I'm gonna
show me some material from Paul. What a scene. Paul remembers.
So this is the binder. We got style sheets and chroma keying and all kinds of papers, but it starts out with this. This is what Dave Footman, the director, would do with me. The two of us would sit down, and he was great at kind of picking up really simple ways to set up the scenes. So you got, scene 17, shot 1 and 2, and he's got, what action happens with the camera and the cars.
I'm gonna show that actually, because I do have.
You have one of those.
This is never before seen stuff, by the way. This is never before seen stuff.
Cool.
Do me a favor, click that like button and share this stream right now.
Yeah.
Because this is stuff you've never seen before.
This is, no one's seen these. Since then, I'm sure even there must have been maybe 5 or 6 of these binders given out to us involved. And of those, I'm probably the only one who found it. I'm guessing.
Wow.
But you could see right there, the little annotations from Dave.
Is that Vin Diesel's car? Is that Toretto's car? That looks like an RX-7.
Well, the thing was, the really great thing was how he would use. Here's Josie's shots at the time. She was a Maybelline model for makeup at the time. I remember that. But if I go back to the boards, there's another thing Dave Whitman and I would do with what we call a lipstick camera, which is these things. These are adorable.
Oh my god! You need to scan those, man.
Okay,
You need to scan that.
So these are these are the entire cinematics with
LP, green.
matchbox cars.
What?
So you know,
It's
so
like-
this is the shot. This is the shot of you know, Josie walking out of, you know, walking in front of her car.
That is so cool.
The final shot was flipped. You know, the car. She walked the other direction.
Oh
So,
my God.
so one of these is Ronnie, right?
Yeah, Paul, where are you in there, man? Who's Paul? Paul's the guy on the right. He's got to be that guy on the right. Yeah, that's Paul.
R is Razor, and then there's like the characters had
His other clan.
so that's C3 and C2, character 2 and 3.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
we
that's
haven't
so
cast
unique.
them yet. We haven't
Dude, I
cast
promise you, not a
them.
lot of
There's
people
like
know
when
that.
you get hit, and you know, this is you.
No,
Simone.
that's Simone.
That's
Yeah.
me. I look
Yeah,
like
that's
a
Simone.
Lego character.
Yeah, that's you, and this is Cross, I guess.
Yeah,
You-
is that an
and that-
afro?
And that can be our new,
Russ,
like,
are you satisfied with who they gave you?
we should get action figures or like those Funko Pop.
Oh my
Razor
god.
plate.
Is that Racer?
Yeah.
You need to maximize that screen. I want to see that screen closer.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't.
my god. I'm gonna send that to Derek. I'm gonna send Derek that.
That is amazing.
So then we of course had traditional storyboards. You know, that's before we you know, I guess I'm trying to
Oh my
remember. I think we did the boards after we did the Matchbox cars, you know.
Oh my god. Hey, but those are, I don't remember seeing any of those scenes. Like I don't remember seeing any of those takes there.
Some of them, yeah, I have to dig through these and see which ones
Actually
No,
made
this is
it.
the one- This is before your race where she's like, you know,
Oh,
watch
that's
out.
right before you. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Razor
That's the one.
going, you know, first I'm gonna take you. That's right.
Oh my god, look at that. That is.
Car, then I'm gonna take a girl.
Oh my god.
So it just it goes on and on and on. It's crazy. So yeah, we got to keep looking at different sections as I'm finding them.
Wow.
On here.
Wow.
It's a
That's
gold
crazy,
mine.
Paul. 15 years, man.
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe I'm talking to you, man. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm a little bit like in shock right now too myself. It almost makes me feel the same way when I saw Dean for the first time. I was like, I'm talking to the cast.
It's
So what is
hard.
Paul up to? What have you been up to recently, Paul?
Me, just I'm still acting.
Okay.
Still working on it. Yeah. Done a couple things lately. I've been Man in the High Castle a little
Okay.
while ago. Did an episode of Van Helsing. Yeah, just kind of, you know, it's the acting thing. You just keep going and going.
You know, I feel like Paul could have been like another bad guy, like a mega bad guy in Most Wanted. Like they could have given him like a more like aggressive role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel Paul has so much in him.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
What do you think, Dean? Did we lose Dean? Dean, are you with us?
Oh, here's a question, Habib. You might know the answer to this. I think this, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Maybe the question is, who was in charge of coming up with the names of the characters?
Yeah. Who was
Yeah,
it?
that would be a mixture between Dave Footman, who's the cinematic director,
Uh-huh.
and then we had you know, the screenplay with Peter Tomasi, and but you know, this is the way games work is really interesting. It's very collaborative. There's a lot of people involved, so you also have the game producers who have a say because they're coming up with the missions for the game and how the cinematics ties into the game. So that becomes, you know, integral in what they're named. You know, the
So
name
Dave
Razor.
Footman. Who else? You said Dave Footman, and who else?
Dave Footman was the director,
Uh-huh.
and then the author, the screenplay writer, was Peter Tomasi.
Uh-huh.
And you know, we would have meetings with the game producers, Michael Mann, you know, our lead game producer, and in games producer means game director, meaning
Mhm.
the guy who's responsible for gameplay. but you know, we would do revisions over the characters and figure out what to name them. And then, you know, through the audition process, it would substantiate it to say, you know, this person actually looks more like a different name, you know. But it was, you know, that whole process was amazing to go from the story. And then you guys remember last time we were talking about why it's the blacklist was the top 15.
Yeah, we talked about it. I remember that.
So why don't you educate?
Maybe Paul doesn't know this.
No, I don't. No idea.
So at the time, we came up with the top 10 blacklist, and then at the same time, the United States government announced the top 10 black terrorist list.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And there was, so it was called the most wanted list.
Oh,
yeah. And so we were like, oh man,
imagine the timing of that, right?
This is not a good coincidence.
Yeah.
So we changed it to the top 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine that you had to pull that.
It actually worked out better for the game because there's more characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 10 would have been short.
I think I just figured out how to expand you, Habib. So when you do show more binder, I just think I figured it out.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he has more binder? There's more binder in there?
Oh, there's
more.
Guys, we got to do.
Oh, no. He has a
gorgeous
LP. You understand, Habib's got a lot of stuff.
Hey, man.
And
you have no idea.
Worked on that didn't even
I see it from time to time because we're in contact with each other. But this guy has got volume of stuff that would make you hyperventilate and go into cardiac arrest.
Check
Trust
this.
me.
Look.
There you go.
Lines.
So there's Dave Footman. And then this is the scenes. You know, location, who's on, and then, you know, which day we're shooting.
Yeah, so this is our shooting schedule.
Yeah, shooting schedule. And we got, you know, there's like a whole set of things to do.
That's the schedule, right?
That's right. I mean, this is just one tiny part of it. You know, there's, you know, so we got cast members, and then how many props, you know, which cars are CG, you know, how many, everything was CG except for, I guess I got to focus this better here.
Yeah, it's a little shaky.
Yeah, I need to stay.
Okay, but better.
Yeah, that's great.
Heroes
we
car
need a
starting
crane. So there's the dates, guys. This is when the shoot happened.
April 26, 2005.
Oh my God.
Oh, my.
I like this question mark. Which version of the script?
Oh my God.
Crazy. If we filmed April and then it was released November 11th, that's really quick.
It's quick because you guys know that all had to be visual effects where we were matching the background of the shots, right? So everything had to be, every single shot, we had to generate the background from the game, and we had to send it to, at the time we gave it to Rainmaker. They did the compositing.
Wow.
So this one's based on the white script. But yeah, you got it.
Wow.
I'm looking at everything.
I'm looking for Ronnie's.
Look for Ronnie, man. Let's
this
look.
Is the montage for Razor's victory. Yeah, this is. So there's multiple versions of these. It just keeps going
So,
in this section.
we have a question, and I want to know this too. How long was the development? Thank you for that question. How long was the development, Habib?
The development was, you know, the really interesting thing with games versus films is it's so complex. You're dealing with a ton of different things. So you're dealing with the game mechanics. You're dealing with the story itself, and then you're dealing with the visuals. We were dealing with a new console, right? This is the Xbox 360 launch, so totally different hardware.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
all of these things are moving pieces, and then you have cinematics. Then for the cinematics, you have to do the story, the writing, the casting, how to shoot it, and then we figured out. This was my logic, right? It was Final Fantasy had come out, and it looked pretty good, but there was still that uncanny valley, right? And that was a $200 million movie for an hour and a half of CG. Okay, now we had an hour and a half of cinematics.
An hour and a half?
So
for a lot less.
Can you explain
for a lot less than
what cinematics are for people who don't know what you're talking like?
Yeah, so cinematics are, when you're playing the game, you're gonna have it's all interactive and live, and then you get to segments that are what they also call cutscenes, where you see actors or you see story unfold, but you're not in control. Yeah,
right.
So you're watching. Yeah, and then it was always a debate at EA about should we have a story? Should we have cinematics? Some people are like, I just want to race. I was one of the ones who really love to have a story, really love to have that be a way that you build the world around the player, so they kind of have a feel for these characters that they're playing with and have a reason to race. So, I was really happy that they were, EA was willing to invest in that part of the game. And then we wanted to have it be part of the gameplay. So we would work with the game designer, say, okay, this is where the races are going to happen. This is the story. As the story would develop, then the game mechanics had to be built for that, Yeah, we had to have a way to fail your car in the beginning, and then which cars to use, what was someone's saying that the cinematics lasted over 40 minutes. It got edited down, but it may have been closer. At some point, it was closer to 60 minutes, and then we kept trimming things based on the duration of the game, or whether you got to that last cinematic or not. But all of these things have to work together, and then you're developing the look of it. So my idea was we could spend $200 million and get all CG cinematics, or what if we took real people and made them look CG?
And that was the best thing you guys ever done.
And so that was my research. So see, first of all, I really wanted the backgrounds to come from the game itself, untouched. Every background literally came from the actual game. We didn't touch up anything. We didn't put up things that weren't there. So when you're playing and you looked over, you saw exactly the same thing in the cinematics. But then we took actors, and I thought, okay, what if we took real people and just did makeup and other things to them to make them look digital?
Oh, look, there's Ronnie. There's my man Ronnie.
That's right.
Oh, look at you, man.
Notice what Ronnie's wearing is wrinkled in a CG way.
It is.
His shirt doesn't have fine wrinkles. It's just folded like it's from The Sims, or it's folded like it's CG. And that was not coincidence. We actually glued and laminated clothing.
Oh my God! I
realized that's one of the things that made things look real was the fine wrinkles. So
Ronnie's shirt. That shirt could stand on its own.
Ronnie,
exactly.
Paul, do you remember how our clothes were just stiff as I mean, I remember.
I honestly don't remember that at all.
I do now. And we did winter carbon. The same thing. It was even heavier in carbon.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
exactly.
That whole wrinkled look. Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah.
Look at that Corvette, man. That Corvette. To this day, nobody can make it look like that. Nobody.
What's that?
To this day, I still don't see that. I don't see your Corvette made the right way in a Need for Speed game.
No, but
I still don't see it.
It's a beautiful car, though. You have to admit.
Oh, man.
You got to run somebody down.
Wasn't that your Corvette was a limited edition one, right? Like that Corvette was a specific edition that they allow you to showcase in the game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Well, so tell us about this, Habib.
Yeah, so when we started to get police cars in the game, we couldn't get any car manufacturer to agree to do the things we wanted to do to them, which is basically turn them into a burning husk and, smash them to bits. And so I started designing police cars myself. This was like if a Lamborghini became a police car. But basically, at the last minute, Ford agreed to license their cars for police cars. So then we had basically, we were able to use those instead. So we didn't need the special designs. But at one point, I also wanted to hire Sid Mead to design the police car. Sid Mead designed the police car in Blade Runner. And I was friends with him, and I was talking to him about designing a police car for Need for Speed. And, that's a Nissan version I was doing. We got close to getting Sid Mead on board, but unfortunately, it didn't. It didn't work out with different groups wondering how that could work. Because I thought it would be cool if he designed a car and then we sold the toy, right? But yeah, we got the toy license, so then we didn't have that issue.
Habib, I got a question for you. What's with the car manufacturers' hesitation to allow their cars to be in games? I mean, don't they realize that these guys that haven't started to shave yet are someday going to be buying vehicles, and maybe a childhood love of a certain vehicle will turn into a lifelong customer? I mean,
it's really specific. Like when I was working on Need for Speed Underground, the Honda didn't want to be part of the game because we were running red lights, and they said, if running red lights, we're out. So that's why in Need for Speed Underground, all the lights are flashing orange.
Wow!
I need to go back to that and see that.
So there's this fine line between what they want to be associated with. Yeah, that is the actual helicopter in the game. So that was fun to do.
Man.
Oh, that's the air support.
They need to remaster Most Wanted, Dean. They need to remaster the game. If they're not gonna make a new one, at least remaster it.
Yeah, I
don't have a release, Simone.
What's that?
You said they just released November 11th.
November 11th, 2005 was
2005. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said they re-released it as a remaster.
No. I'm saying that they need to remaster.
They should, yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
I'd be nice because I do have a copy. I have a copy of Carbon, but I don't have a copy of Most Wanted, and I've looked and I cannot find that. 18 million copies sold, and I can't find one in a used copy anywhere. It's
Habib,
like,
is it
imagine
possible to mess with that engine still on next gen consoles? Is it possible to do something with that engine, or is it too late for that?
I think it should be possible. That's an Xbox 360. So
so it's compatible with the Xbox.
Yeah, so they should be able to bring, and actually we had a really decent PC version as well. And so there's no reason you couldn't bring back the PC version and then remaster that for these consoles.
Hey guys, I've got under comments, I've got someone who said not remaster, remake.
I'm trying to find. Yeah. I can't find it.
Yeah, I've lately they stopped asking me when we're going to redo the game again. So
as long as we remake it.
Yeah, they need to remake it. I absolutely agree. If they have the budget, remake it. But they can't slack on it. They can't be like, oh, another cash grab. It has to be something serious. You know what I mean? Like it has to be because fans are expecting a lot.
The team making Most Wanted was two teams coming together. It was the EA Black Box team coming together with the EA James Bond team. Yeah, it was two of them coming together, and then all of us. That's a really good sizable team, and we were all basically trying to figure out next gen and what that meant. And it's an incredibly tough thing when the hardware is being developed and you're really not sure what it's capable of. And everything we would up-res, you would notice what else you're missing. So I remember we everything was like high definition, and then all of a sudden something really blurry came into frame, and I was like, what is this thing? And it was the falling leaves. We had falling leaves and we hadn't updated them yet, and they just looked like a Mario sprite, you know. And then there was things like the car would go when you drove over the sidewalk, the car would just go like this. It would just jump way up, and we thought something's broken, and they were like, no, this is actually how much it would jump in the standard definition. You just didn't see it. So even that thing had to be tuned, like how much the car reacts to like the ledge.
Yeah. Paul, do you like your Supra? Paul was driving a Supra, right?
I thought I was driving the Aston Martin.
Was he the Aston Martin? I'm going crazy.
Oh, I gotta show you this, Simone. I found a really sweet page.
I thought he had the Supra for some reason.
I will show you in 1 second. Wait, there's two. Okay, hang on.
Check out the line.
Is that him?
I'd like to take a little peek under the hood. Nice.
Oh yeah, that's Simone right there.
Oh my God! Yeah, good idea.
Gauges, shifter, wheel, whistles.
Hey, Habib, Need for Speed Showdown King is asking who was in charge of what character drove what car. Did you guys decide that, or was that you? Or
that was it was between the director, myself, and then the game producers. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was mostly story driven. So we knew for each character what they had to do.
So who was driving that? Who was driving that one? I remember that car.
Yeah, that
is Ronnie's Supra.
That's Ronnie. So it was you, Paul. That was you.
Yeah, that was
Oh, let me tell you, you made a first impression on me. Okay.
Okay, good.
I had that impression. You know, I will never forget that Supra, man. As an OG Most Wanted player, that Supra made an impression on me.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Ronnie's car. I never forget a perp.
Well, that's just one of his cars. The other one is, get a load of, hang on 1 second. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, so that was the other one. That was the other one. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is the Aston Martin DB9.
Sorry, what?
That's
Aston Martin DB9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look how long your hair was.
It was really long, yeah.
Hey, Ronnie. So, let me ask you something. While you were doing this work, I could say like his hand gestures and the way that he moved, his style. Was that really you back in the day, or was that you acting? Because you did some stuff like like the whole thing with the guns to your head. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene where you go like? I don't know what you did, but that was actually pretty.
There was a I can't remember the band. There was a song out at the time, and it was about a guy trying to be cool, so he got like a tattoo, but he got a tattoo of 31 instead of 13. It was off the spring song, and there was a video that they had of this guy just that character that just got everything wrong, but always was trying to be cool. And when I went out for the audition, that's what I put in. So all my gestures and everything were just like trying to.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Look at the chat, y'all. In the chat, y'all. You saw that? You saw the way he moved his hands? That was on point.
The funny thing is,
look at the hand right there.
Yeah, in my demo reel, I didn't have anything from Need for Speed except for one moment I had in the start of my demo reel where I drive up and I just like I'm looking at the other driver and I'm like, let's go. And I put that right in front of my demo reel.
Well, somebody just posted a comment saying Offspring, the band Offspring. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, the band Offspring. They had I can't remember the name of the song, but the video
Dude,
was hilarious.
Isn't that song that goes like, show me how to lie, you're getting something all the time? You remember that song? Is that that?
Yeah, I think that's Offspring. That's Offspring, yeah.
That's Offspring right there. Oh, man. Oh, I'm getting memories right now.
Check out this page.
What you got there?
All right.
Boom.
Everybody remembers this.
Cross walks away, dragging his keys across.
Oh, good times. Good times.
Check out the next page.
Hold on. Ronnie. Racer, he shadowed me. I couldn't shake him. Oh my God. Shut up. I can just picture Racer saying that. Like, shut up.
That's hilarious.
I know the Bolton.
Oh my god.
This was probably.
What's your boy got to do with this? Oh my god, I remember Mia.
This was one of my funnest acting gigs, getting to just play that character. And just,
Was this your first?
Paul, you did good. Go. Yeah.
Paul, was this your first video game?
It was. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, it was mine.
Dang. Dude, you're looking at his script, man. That's the script right there.
Go on the gate, bro.
I think we should start a Need for Speed Most Wanted museum.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop in a link here. We have a museum. Simone, I'm gonna send you a link that Miguel, one of my friends, he created a museum for Need for Speed. Check it out. I'm gonna send it to you. Need for Speed Museum. I'm gonna put it on the chat.
Yeah.
And I think
made, because there's a lot of people like, do you know this information, LP Ripper 24? Do you know how many replicas of the BMW?
Of the G3? Yeah.
How many are there that exist in the world, you think?
Hold on. Look, I'm about to send you something that's gonna blow you guys away. And it's coming your way. It's on the private chat. Simone, if you want to show it real quick, if you want to showcase it real quick, I just posted it on the private chat. And I'm also gonna I
don't know how to do that.
Do you see the private chat to your right? If not, then I'm gonna go.
I don't think I know how to share it.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna share it from my cell phone.
Share it to the stream, like to the live chat, and those guys can see it.
Yeah, Need for Speed Museum. Here, I got it. I got it right here from our station. I'm mind blown because you will see every single Need for Speed game and their story, like the history, and you will see Most Wanted in there too. I remember because I was helping him out with some ideas and we were working on it, and he blew this out of proportion. Like he just went crazy.
I'm not saying that line, guys. I don't care how many times you ask me. You're never gonna get me to do that line again. I mean, no.
They will if we're gonna remake it, right?
Yeah, you'll do it for the remake. You'll do it if someone pays you.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I just posted it, by the way, Simone.
There's an interesting story behind that line, and I didn't want to do it the way I ended up doing it in the game. But it was Habib that kept pushing me because he knew exactly that I didn't want to do it. And I was trying to do that line every which way I knew how. And he was like, nope, that's not it. Could you do it? Nope, that's not it. Could you? And then finally, out of frustration, I did it the way you see in the game. And that's the way it is. I mean, wow. But you know, one thing I want to say about that process, because I didn't even know anything much about video games other than my kids playing them. And it was actually my son and my daughter that convinced me to go and do the audition because it had come to me, and I was like, I'm not doing a video game. I'm an actor. Give me a break. It's kind of like I would no sooner do anyway. So they convinced me to do it, and I did it. I did the audition and ended up getting it. But working on that, I don't know how it was for you, Paul and Simone, but the direction and everything from Habib and from David, it was really, really effortless for me. I really didn't have to push to see their vision. It was, it was. I just wanted to say to Habib, thank you very much for everything that I learned about my process going forward, because it could have been a lot more strenuous, and it wasn't, and it was really, really effortless. And it was because of your guidance and David's that the game turned out the way it turned out with us, because you really
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no,
we lost him there.
Lost you, dude.
We lost him, but we get it.
It was so fun.
In and out of this thing.
Sorry, there you go.
You're back.
Can you guys hear me?
I can see. I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
We can hear you, Dean. It's just the video that's cutting, but we can hear you.
Yeah.
You know, the thing was, you guys had a great chemistry together, and you know, somehow we felt that even in the auditions, even though you guys hadn't met, you know, it was the intensity, especially with Dean and Simone, and then, you know, Paul with the group really gelled well on that side of things with Derek. And then, you know, just remember also at the time, no one had really done an all green screen film or cinematic before. The Sky Captain World of Tomorrow was happening at the same time. They were filming that right around the same year. So, you know, that all of that being new, you know, you guys were just staring at a lot of green, but you pulled it off. So
Paul, I'm looking Paul up on IMDb.
Yeah.
And seeing all the work that he has done.
What have I done?
Man, look at you.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, because I've seen you before, man. It's just that I never seen you the way I saw you in Most Wanted. You know what I mean?
No, that was a total character that I've never played before, and I had so much fun doing it.
Hey.
That's
you were in the hot tub. You know what? I'm gonna go back and rewatch the hot tub time machine.
Yeah, it's now near the end. Last probably 15 minutes of the movie.
Okay, I'm gonna go right back and watch it again because I have that movie.
Dean's back.
I'm back. I have no idea what's going on. I've had to actually move closer to my tower, I think, because I'm having problems with Wi-Fi. I think actually around this time of the evening, I don't know what it is where I'm at, but it just gets really busy here. So all of a sudden,
Everybody starts doing Netflix probably. Hey, I love it.
Hey, look at them there.
So I'm actually having them play the game.
That's is that at Lionsgate or was that at Black Ball?
I was at Lionsgate.
At Lionsgate.
It's a good question, and I'll show you because I have the map in the binder. Because the binder knows all, right?
Yeah, the binder does know all.
And there's actually the stage map. Yeah, here we go. Check this. So
yeah.
Oh,
nice.
That's Lionsgate.
Is that where the whole game was filmed, guys? Is that where they did the whole
this
project?
Is where the cinematics happen, yeah. So there's the actual stage, sound stage 2.
Yeah.
You got the size, 112 feet, 128 feet.
That was the biggest soundstage. That was the biggest soundstage they have at Lionsgate, isn't it?
That would be right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have to have all that, huh?
Yeah.
Every time I work in there, I remember it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's the blacklist. I think I found Ronnie's picture here in one of the. Yeah, this is the characters, and then we got
Derek.
Okay. There's Ronnie.
There's Ronnie. Look at him there.
Oh.
Really good shot.
Ronnie McCrea.
That is awesome.
I wonder how old I was there.
Man, how old were you, man? Like you look young on that scene.
Yeah. 2000. I don't know. I would have been somewhere around 25, maybe.
25.
Yeah. I can't really. Somewhere around it. Yeah, I honestly.
Man, hey, listen, props to you. You still look young though, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, man.
I want to share this because this is so funny. I love this so much. So, hang on.
Yes.
You know Ronnie. He's one of those rich freaks that thinks he's ghetto. He definitely is from around the way. He got his car as a graduation gift from his parents. Don't be fooled, though. The guy knows how to drive. He's been to every race school you can think of.
That's so
man.
Funny. That's so funny because that's the character that I kind of started playing. But when I was talking to Adrian, he was like, "Yeah, that's not the character I had planned for the game."
Where did that bio come from? Where did you? Did you?
It's online. It's
what?
on. I know. It's so funny. I laugh so hard when I see it.
Yeah, I literally remember going into the audition and I had on, because I misread everything and I saw that he was Irish. So I had on like a big baggy green basketball jersey, baggy green pants, a green bandana, everything. And I started doing my thing. And I remember David.
Did you do an Irish accent?
I don't know if I did, because I think I was just totally kind of faking everything. I was that guy that was just so I remember I'm doing my audition, and David gets up from his chair, and he's just pacing. And I could see him out of the corner of my eye, and he's pacing. And he's like, and I could see him like making the decision right there. And I'm like, this is either really good or really bad. As I do, like, yeah, that's. I left, and then I read the character description, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got that one. And I was like, yeah, see what happens.
Yeah. What? We have there's a famous YouTuber in the Need for Speed community called Kuru HS. Paul, and you need to look him up later on. He's actually created a little bit of a fan base around you because he speed runs Need for Speed Most Wanted, and every time he gets to you, because he live streams the game, right? And every time he runs through your story, like your part of the story, he has some reactions about the way you behave. So look him up. Does anyone have any links on the chat from Kuru HS reacting to Ronnie? If y'all do, just go ahead and post it in the comment section.
No, there's Kevin too.
Yeah. Man, that is wild.
That is amazing.
No, I do not have that Aston Martin in real life.
So what do you drive, Paul? What do you drive right now? Do you drive a car or?
Yeah, I do. I have.
What you got?
I got a diesel Volkswagen. I love it.
Simone, don't you have a Volkswagen too?
I did.
You did. There you go.
Did. I do not have my. I had two Golf GTIs, VW Golf GTIs, and this is my. These types of cars are my favorite because they are so quick. They're just so well designed. I had a driver's edition GTI, and I love driving.
Yeah.
We had a
full-time real race car driver tune every car day and night, constantly. He was really, really good. Mark DeVellis. He would work with the team, and all the cars had like hundreds of parameters for physics. And he would start with the cars and race them and tune the numbers, and then they would change the physics engine on him, as they developed, or someone would make the friction look different or feel different. So then he had to adapt. That was cool. These are wow. I was trying to render some things for the covers, magazine covers.
Yeah, so
and also the front of the game.
Weren't you saying that the initial BMW was red?
Well, yeah, this was one of the candidates for the hero car. This skin, yeah. And we'd settled on which car we were going to use, but then I just like the industrial setting, so you can see that torn down warehouse in the back, and then the industrial part of the city became my favorite part to build. But we went through some iterations for what the car would look like. You showed some earlier ones too, and the funny story with that is BMW's idea, or any German car maker for that matter, their idea of painting the car was completely different from a North American point of view of what we do with vinyl. And their idea was, because we would send them these drawings, these concept arts, and it would be like, we don't understand, like they would just say like, they would send us pictures back with like wallpaper on the car, like someone would go with a paintbrush and like do tiny little paintings over the whole thing, like if you wrap it with a painting. So this concept of pinstripes is foreign to them. These kind of vinyl artwork.
Habib, I'm gonna show you something I got, a collectible. I think you're gonna really want to see this. Hold on.
So this was a cover art rendering, right?
That's right. But she was real, but treated Actually, this is really interesting. We figured out the formula for treating people to look CG by when we first with the artwork for 2D artwork like that. So we would do the process, and then we were like, okay, do we think we can apply this to actual footage, to cinematic footage? This was the beginning of it.
That's cool.
Didn't you interview her too, Simone? I thought you had interviewed that actress.
I don't know who she is. A lot of the fans think all the time, they're like, is this you? I'm like, no.
I thought it.
Tell you,
never seen her before.
I can tell you.
Hey,
There's this
look at Paul.
too.
She's
Look at
actually part of. She's.
Is this the same girl on this?
Yeah. Her name was Laura Lee Stutz, and she's now part of British royalty. Like she's married to a duke or something.
Married to Meghan Markle.
She's I saw an article interviewing her, but yeah, I cast her just before she left Vancouver to London to do more modeling in the UK, and but yeah, that was really interesting to find out that she continued modeling over there, and then she met someone. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Let me
wait.
see.
Look.
Hang on.
Look at that.
What is that?
Oh,
I found it sold out almost in Amazon, and now I can't even find it anymore.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I have this, and this is part of my collection. And I needed to show you that, Habib.
Wow.
Love it.
LP,
Okay, this
you've
is
got to
another.
take over the franchise.
Oh.
You have to.
Nah, man.
This is another Gamebox design concept, yeah, with the red car.
Yeah, that's right. These are cover designs. So we were designing the art for the covers as well as the car at the same time. A lot of things were in flux, and so working with marketing, they would do tests, get feedback, and then also based on what the car manufacturers wanted, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was funny.
I'm getting smack talk from some of the viewers.
What are they telling you?
They're only
What are they telling you?
themselves.
Talking smack to me on the other comment.
What? Let me see.
I'm just getting little comments like it's time to settle up with things, and it's like they're calling me out. And it's kind of like, look, I'm telling all you guys, if we ever come back, you're going to be seeing.
Uh-oh.
I think what he's trying to say is he will pinstripe. He's pinstriped.
Again.
So,
I mean, the funny thing is about that character is when the game first came out. You remember when there used to be video game stores? You'd go in, you buy your video games, or rent your video games in the videos, whatever. One of my friends worked at a video game store. A guy came in, had brought back Most Wanted, and said, "That Cross, if I ever see that guy again, he's keying my car, he's pissing me off, the whole thing." And then my friend started laughing, going like, "He was just in here like a half an hour ago. He's always in here. You want to wait around, you'll see him." And he just kind of like turned around and walked out. So it's like I'm used to getting that.
WTF Dynamics says, Habib, whose idea was it to make the BMW GTR the hero car? And that would have been Mike Mann, who was the lead producer on the game, combined with, we had a say from the art side, but it was primarily the game producers as well as marketing agreeing that would be a good crop. You got to remember at the time, we were looking at this footage of people racing. Someone had put a dash cam. Yeah, and they were racing that in Germany on a lot of tracks, and that was like, the inspiration for making that be the hero car. And we really wanted it to be, not a Ferrari and not a Nissan, somewhere in between.
Look, Habib, we got a question from Sonic. The Hedgehog MC said, "I have a question. Who played the role named Rog in Most Wanted, and who designed Racer's Ford Mustang GT? and who got the idea to create Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005?
Those are a lot of questions there. Raj was actually the only cast member that was actually working on the game too. He was the front end designer, and so we cast him in that role, and it worked out great actually. And you know, we had to. So that's why he's not part of the cinematics.
Yeah,
he's only shows up, you know, as your opponent, because he was busy making the game.
And then what about who decided the name of Most Wanted 2005? Who came up with that?
That was Mike Mann. Yeah, Mike Mann.
Mike Mann?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give us a little bit of background on Mike Mann? Who's Mike Mann? The director?
He is the lead game producer. Yeah, so he was all the game producers reported to him. Sorry?
It's not Michael Mann, the director, is it?
Not the director, a different Michael Mann, yeah.
Well, and speaking of names that sound like names we know, remember we had this question from everyone, which is who, you know, when Mia leans into the car or lays into the car, like who are they speaking to? And I was saying to you guys, I'm pretty sure the actor who was like pretending he was the player, because that's who those people are talking to, is the player. His name is Paul Walker. And you guys are like, no, it's not Paul Walker.
That's right.
His name was actually Paul Walker.
His name is Paul Walker. And I said, guys, it's a different Paul Walker, but his name is Paul Walker.
That's right. That's right, exactly.
There's proof right there is Paul Walker.
Well, actually, the names are different because the late Paul Walker is actually Paul Walker Jr. This is just Paul Walker.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't know that.
So,
yeah, you know,
I didn't know that either. I just learned something new right now.
The idea for the game. So marketing was also involved in the naming, of course. You know, we had a really strong marketing team, and I'm hoping Simone can arrange the next call with Raquel Mateo, who's one of the team members there, to tell us a lot of details. You know, that they know some great things. And so there was also like how to write it on the cover. You know, the graffiti style.
Oh, sweet.
And all the music deals, marketing would do the music deals to actually have custom songs made for the game, right? I think the music was a big part of the game and how you feel when you race. Yeah, exactly. And so there was a lot of studies on that font, you know, and I was on the fence. I was like, is that legible enough, you know? But it definitely fit the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that car.
Shot. What a great.
Just like 3 of them right now that I know that are out there on the road.
That's a screenshot. That's a screenshot from the console.
Oh my
god! It was before we get the anti-aliasing perfected, because you can see a little bit jaggies on top of the wheel rim. Yeah.
I don't know. Something's missing. Something's missing from that.
Is it pinstripe?
There's a pinstripe.
No, I don't want to say that, but I'm just thinking maybe.
Maybe. Ronnie, if you were to come back to make a, would you like to be?
Saying, they want us to come back, but it's kind of like we would have to up our game with this. I mean, I would actually literally be trying to shoot at people and blow up their cars. That's the only place I could go from keying. I mean, anything else would be boring or redundant. I would
Ronnie,
have to blow cars up.
Paul, you wanted to be Ronnie or you wanted to be someone else? Were you happy with that role?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy with it. Like I said, probably the most fun I've had in an acting part ever.
Nice.
Yeah, because you
look at you, man. With the glass, you know, the shades.
Right? You're so street.
Man, you should have been in the Fast and Furious movie too.
Yeah,
he had the style. He had the style back in the day for that.
Damn.
I remember that movie. Man, that's how it all started. You guys remember that?
What?
With Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Oh, is this Fast and Furious didn't start because of the game, did it?
No, but the whole thing kind of like started all around the same time.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was a lot of Need for Speeds, you know, Hot Pursuit, you know. It just so happens that I was playing Need for Speed from the very beginning, coincidentally, before I got to work on it.
Yeah.
And you know, early PC versions and very early console versions. But you had this movement, and at that time, Need for Speed was all exotic cars. It was all Ferraris.
Yeah.
And then Fast and Furious, the movie came out with street racers, right? And then that whole street racing movement came, and that's why we made Underground. So when I started at EA, it was the first time we were deviating from the Ferrari thing and doing the whole underground movement of tuner cars. And the people that would buy their a Nissan 240 SX, which I did end up actually owning one.
Oh, nice!
I got a 240 SX, and that game was about that underground movement, and it kind of went hand in hand with the vibe of Fast and Furious was an inspiration to me as well for the visuals and look, and Vancouver as well. The Vancouver wet streets, the rainy wet streets in winter. But Most Wanted was like a nice hybrid because you had some high-end cars, you had some lower-end cars, you had the tuner cars, but the big idea for Most Wanted, what was revolutionary was open world racing, right? You were the race all over the city, and the AI programming on the pursuit of the police, is really, really intense. How those guys figure those things out, where you're being chased, and then you have the ability to lose them if you're fast enough and go hide, so they can't see you. This is complex stuff for back then.
Now I want to go play it. Now you're making me want to go play it. Damn. Way to go, Habib. Way to go. Paul, do you play games? Do you play video games?
I used to. I don't have time that much anymore.
Do you have kids, man? Or
No, I don't.
He just practices.
Yeah. Schooled by my nephews every time I 13 and 10, and they destroy me all the time. It's embarrassing. But I remember I played this. I had my PSP on set.
Oh, that's nice.
Every single setup and everything, I was just playing Most Wanted constantly.
EA needs to.
Yeah. I remember I had just this horrible callus on this thumb from playing it so much.
And then you stop playing.
Yeah, I still play every once in a while, but just not that much anymore. But yeah,
that's cool, man. What are you into, man? Like, what's your main gig right now? Like, you like sports or what's?
Yeah, I do play sports. I've played hockey my whole life, and I still do. So
nice.
Yeah.
You're originally from where?
I'm originally from a really small town north of Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Canada.
from Alberta too. I was born in Calgary. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, prairie people.
I moved to Vancouver when I was 8.
Oh, really? I did not know you were from Calgary.
Yeah, 3rd grade. I moved to Vancouver.
Dean, where were you born?
I'm sorry?
Where were you? No, Dean, where were you born, Dean?
Me? Oh, funny. I was actually born in Birmingham, England.
England. Wow.
British.
You don't say. Wow.
You don't say, Mike.
I did. I'm a Brit.
Wow.
Now I gotta hand over my EU passport and get a UK passport now. So there you go.
Wow. Wow, that is interesting. I did not know that about you, Dean. That's the first. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, most of my family is most of my extended family is still in the UK, smattering in back east. But yeah, for the most part, pretty much about 60 or 70% of my family is in Great Britain.
How about you, Habib? Where are you from?
I was born in Iran and didn't spend much time there. I grew up in Belgium and France, south of France for high school, and then Vancouver for university. Went to UBC.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a child of the planet. Been everywhere, a lot of places.
Look at the man.
My parents, I think I moved 14 times in high school.
What? Why? What did your? Is it too personal to ask what your parents did? Why were you?
No, my dad was a businessman, and they were doing different. He brought air conditioning to the country, and then they had different companies that he would travel for. But yeah, it was interesting, and Dean and Paul, you both worked on Man in the High Castle, and I like that show a lot. Do you ever run into each other on the show?
I didn't run into Dean, no. But the funny thing is, I ran into Kevin one time. He was working on the same episode as me. I hadn't seen him for years. Who was Kevin playing? Toro? Yeah, I ran into him on High Castle, same episode. So yeah, but I haven't run into you, Dean, on High Castle.
No. Like I said, we ran into each other in at an audition eons ago. But this is the first time I've seen Paul in forever. So yeah, it's just really cool to see you again, man.
Yeah, you too.
Really cool. Really cool.
Man, that's tight. I'm telling you, this is one of those things, man, that you don't get to see every day. When you get to see the whole, like the crew, people that worked, not just people that like it, but people that were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a privilege, man. What a privilege. I'm speaking.
Are those Bratz dolls that you guys used? What are those?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. They did.
This was that was Dave Footman's. That's Dave Footman's creation and what he would do to create storyboards at the time. Shoot them with a tiny camera.
That is awesome.
My God,
it was fun working with him.
A possible spin-off here with those type of little dolls playing. I'm just spitballing here. It's an idea.
The animated version, I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the best ideas start like that.
What I'm waiting for is LP to get financing to start his own video game company and take over the franchise.
Matt, how about I create a new franchise? EA won't let me take over a Need for Speed. EA loves Need for Speed.
So I don't know if people can see this. I'm trying to make it a little more. Yeah, so this is.
What is it? What?
Where is it?
We lost it.
We lost.
Did we lose? Did we lose? I think we might have lost Simone. We lost
we're
Simone.
on our own here. Whoops.
Uh-oh. There she is.
She's back.
We have no voice. She's back. She's back.
Is everyone here? Yeah. Okay. I think do you want to take some questions from the live chat and just see like what people want to know? Because now that we've got.
I don't know if I want to do that. If you've got questions that you can tell them that I can answer, but I can't seem to find it, and I'm not messing with this.
I'll read them to you. Okay. So, what other cars were considered to be the hero car, Habib?
That's a really good one. We were looking at we really didn't want to go to exotic, expensive cars, and we didn't want necessarily low end cars either. So one of the ones that was considered was the Skyline GTR.
Oh yeah,
that's a beautiful high performance car, and he knows about this. I got to drive one while I was attending Art Center College of Design because my friend from high school was the first to import one into the U.S.
Oh wow!
And he brought it in, and he was going through all the testing that needed to do to make it like street-worthy, legal in the U.S. So I got to drive it on the because Japan cars they sit on the other side like UK, and so I'm sitting on the wrong side driving in LA, and he had let's just say he had taken off the limitations on the chip. He had reprogrammed the chip. So
nice.
That thing was insane. It was absolutely insane, and that was definitely a good potential hero car. There's a lot of it had to be something that people considered amazingly amazingly high performance, and there is there's Porsche models that would be awesome, but that goes back into the exotic again, and it sends the wrong message. So it wasn't that many that would fit our criteria.
Cool. Question for LP. Oh no, wait. No, you wrote. Oh no.
No. They at me. Yeah, they at me. They are asking me the question, but I'm like, hey guys, I might not know.
Yeah, who designed Razor's Mustang? You don't know?
I don't know.
They I'm trying to. I saw NFS Shadow King also asking who designed the graphics on the cars. It was a very specific designer who actually does this for a living on real Formula One racing cars.
Oh,
and I'm trying to remember his name. He was a British fellow. I'm gonna look up his name and see if I can remember. But you know, I want to make sure I get the right spelling and everything. But he was awesome, and that's what he would do. He also designed the helmets for the Formula One racers, and like how they hang the helmets inside the trailer when they drive around, and like all kinds of crazy stuff. But he would use the British word for it. He says liveries. He's designing the liveries.
Oh, that's exactly who was responsible for the livery design.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
He was professional. He would do the real actual Formula One race cars, pinstripes and everything. I'm gonna look him up. You guys talk. I'm gonna look him up.
I was looking for it too.
One thing about Habib that you guys don't know, Habib loves speed. I mean, Habib loves fast cars, and he loves to drive like
how many cars do you have?
By the angels of death. Okay, just so you know, he doesn't just design the games; he drives like he's a madman behind the wheel. Okay?
How many cars do you have, Habib?
Well, right now just 2, but you know, I've switched over to the dark side. I got an electric one.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, but don't get it twisted. That electric car of his isn't just something that's rolled off Tesla's lot. It's a special limited edition, and the thing is fast as hell. Ask his wife that he scared the hell out of when he went from a dead stop to like hyperspeed and scared the hell out of her. He'll tell you.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's a dual motor, a twin motor. Absolutely insane acceleration on that thing. It's inhuman. Actually, you're not even used to seeing it. But one of the cars I did own was a Mazda Rx-7, the original ones that look like Porsches. I had a red one. Those things have a rotary engine. So the piston is like a triangle and it spins.
Yep.
It's called also a Wankel. It was a German engine design. And the car before that was a Toyota Corolla. So this was like when I was going to the art center, and I went and got this Mazda Rx-7 at an auction, and when you rev that thing, it sounded like a turbine.
Oh yes.
The sound on that car was just really amazing.
Look at that! Awesome comments, man.
Yeah, you guys in the live chat, thank you so much. Dean, let's hear it.
I'm not gonna get into a British accent. It's just like my childhood was England. I honestly don't talk like a Brit unless I'm with my cousins, and it's like because England is different now, so it's like Jamaican or it's just because your accent is based on where exactly you went to school. So if you went to Eton, you sound more like the royal family.
Yeah.
Now, if you went to the public school around the corner, you sound like I don't know. You Snatched the movie. It's just rather English accents are rather strange. So I don't do them, and I don't really speak. It's really difficult living on the West Coast, and it's just really difficult. When I'm back east, it's one thing. It's weird. I just spent the last 30 years sounding like a bloody American, and so I'm actually having to go and take classes with a friend of mine to get my English back.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Embarrassing. You've outed me. Whoever you are that asked the question, you bastard.
I found the name of the person who was designing the liveries. His name was Andy Blackmore. And
Andy Blackmore.
yeah, and actually someone, Vicious on the questions said, talk about Carl Jarrett and Andy Blackmore. Yeah, exactly. Carl Jarrett was the artist, the lead car artist. So he supervised all the car modeling, and I worked with him on many Need for Speeds. Awesome guy. And Andy Blackmore is the fellow that we nabbed from the professional racing world to design the liveries for us. And you should look him up on Instagram. I remember I found him recently, and he's still at it. You know, he's designing all these amazing graphics to go on cars. We were lucky to find him. It's amazing.
I think he made also the Mustang from the Run, the Shelby GT500 in the Run. He actually got to design that Mustang.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now.
Thanks. Vicious later.
Habib, do you know why Paul Linfor was chosen to do the musical score and Pursuit theme, and how he composed it?
Rehire that man.
I don't. I think that was a marketing choice, along with Michael Mann. They were picking composers, and what I do know is you also owe a lot to the game programmers that actually dynamically bring in the music depending on what's happening to you. People don't know that necessarily, but the pursuit modes and the heat was what would transition the music.
Yes.
And so all of a sudden, if the police showed up and then things got hot and you're getting chased, that actually had to switch to a different kind of music. Yeah. And it had to be done smoothly and seamlessly, and that all takes programming. It's amazing what they were able to achieve.
That is so cool that you brought that up, because I would never think of that, because it's just so seamless that, you don't notice. But
and you know what? I don't think it's like that anymore. Like you would play Need for Speed Heat, and I listen to some of that stuff, but I don't hear the way that it happened on Most Wanted. So it's
it really had to be tuned.
Oh my God.
The only other place I've seen that work really well is the game from The Matrix, where it would dynamically adapt really nicely to what you're doing.
What inspired the Black edition of Most Wanted 05?
So that was Michael Mann's idea, along with marketing, and they really wanted to have a special version, and it was actually planned early on, and so we always knew we wanted to do that. And whoever got to buy that one, it had an awesome cover that was all black, with silver. I think that was I had that one. That was cool to be it was a good idea. I like it.
Paul, we have a question for you. How has this game changed your life?
That's a good question.
That's a big question. Well, it probably, it kept me acting early on. I had a lot of fun doing it, so it kept me in the business. I don't know if that's good or bad, to tell you the truth.
You look really happy, man. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I try.
There you go.
Yeah, no, but it definitely did keep me around. It was it's really when I was starting up, so I wasn't getting too many roles, and this one was so fun. It probably kept me in the business. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Rockport City connected to Carbon Canyon? I don't know.
I suppose it could be. Matt Thomas was the lead designer on all things roads, and what was really interesting was he would, before we were even designing the buildings and surroundings, he would have the roads modeled and race them with nothing else around. So it's I wish they'd recorded that version of the game, because it looked really interesting. You're driving and you're not seeing. Sometimes we would put cubes in there so you had a sense of speed or sense of where you were. Yeah. But there's some inspiration between the titles about what was cool and fun. So yeah, the two, they should connect the two.
We have a question for you, Habib. Sir, what inspired the handling model, and why was drifting physics cut from the game? Was it unfinished and corrected in Carbon?
That's an interesting question. We had drifting on Underground, and then drifting was an actual whole mode, right? So in Most Wanted, so many other things were more important, where you had the pursuits and the chasing and the drag racing and all these different things that wanted to play well together. And then physics is something that's alive, and it changes so much. It's hard to predict. You can't really exactly necessarily know what's going to happen. So there wasn't like a specific choice of that, but everything, once it's finally tuned, it made more sense to keep the way the game ended up, so that it feels good in all the different modes, if that makes sense. So it's like, it was like the happy balance at the time.
Yeah, so it worked for, and I think the map also has a role to play with it.
Yeah. The way the roads go, you could still do it, but it wasn't a specific mode.
What real world places were the game based off of?
Yes. It was, I kind of imagined it being East Coast. In my head, I kind of combined, Boston, Chicago, and, some East Coast harbor, and
Fused it.
The city high rises and things like that. And then I worked with Aaron Kambitz, an amazing concept artist, and he was instrumental in getting that really grungy look that was really believable. So I had beautiful concept arts for like these abandoned train yards and the industrial yard and the shipyard. We had like a whole aircraft carrier, inside at one point in the concept art. So all those things came to life. It's really, really interesting.
Is the story of the next version a continuation of Need for Speed Carbon?
Let's see. Well, I think they the design teams took that to where they wanted to. I don't remember if there was a lot of overlap between them as well. Sorry about the dinging. I don't know how to stop this thing.
Oh, that's you. I was wondering what that was.
I know. I was like, who is it?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I dealt with it. So, the teams, depending on who's producing the game and who's going to write the story and all those things, they decide how they want to make the story go. But at the same time, we were able to use the similar technology for the cinematics, which was great. And then you guys remember the in-game cinematics in Carbon? You had the actors' faces in their cars as a CG face.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was really high tech for the time. The EA had this thing they developed called UCAP, which stood for Universal Capture, and basically the actors would, say their lines, and then all the faces and textures would get recorded and then played back in engine. It's really, really a hard thing to do in real time.
I'm sorry, in Carbon?
Wow.
Yeah.
In Carbon?
How were the car sounds recorded? Any memories of that?
Oh yes. So we had a amazing sound person. I still follow some of his works, and he would go to the real thing and record with tons of microphones.
Oh, that'd be fun.
All over the world. And Charles Dean, let me see if he can find his Instagram page.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have his contacts on there.
That's amazing. Yeah, I like how it's not easy for sure. You think it's simple, is the sound work for those cars?
Yeah. So there are actually guys out there that actually know the sound of an engine and what engine it's specific to. They just hear it and know.
It's true though, Dean. I know people that are like that with airplanes and trains. They can go, I know exactly like what year that was, when, what type of thing it is. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, like, it's Charles Deanan, his name. That's our sound guy.
That's the man behind the magic of Most Wanted sound.
Oh, he's the guy who like would record the car sounds.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Amazing. And that was another thing. I'm proud to say I pushed hard at EA when I got there on Need for Speed Underground, and every game I got to work on, any racing game. The sound of the engines before that were really weird and artificial, because it would record a sound and then just change the pitch. So you had this the cars would sound like wow wow. It just never actually sounded like a car. And so I pushed hard to get proper sound recording, having come from the film side of things. And that's a whole technology in itself, because it sounds simple to say, well, we just recorded the car and that's what we're playing back. But no, there's a really crazy mix happening with every piston sound.
Yeah.
That's actually based on your RPM, and it's mixing that live. It's insane.
That's
beautiful. Beautiful.
You know something? I just realized after listening to Habib go through the entire chronology of that game, especially Most Wanted, from the sound to the visuals to everything. My ego, Simone, it wasn't us that made 18 million copies happen. It was all the tech that went into the damn game, because everything was groundbreaking. Everything. I mean, I played video games with my kids, and just the idea that you went and got a sound guy that went and found the sound for a Carrera GT revving at 600 RPMs, and then popped it into the game. Wow, my ego and I are going to take a giant step back. It's like, wow.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you so much. There's a Perfect Blue Trance says, what was the biggest obstacle that you overcame making the game?
I bet you tons.
Yes,
yeah.
I would say making a new console. Any console transition is insane, because you really literally have no idea what to expect. You got to remember, we didn't know necessarily how, since no one had done it before, we had to figure out how many polygons to make the car bodies, how many polygons to make the characters, how much texture resolution we could use on the road. Everything uses memory, so all of these things are dynamic. You have to, if you're going to use a whole lot here, you got to use a lot less there. And so all of these are being balanced. It took 6 months just to figure out how big the texture should be for the roads, the resolution of that. And it's insane what goes into a new console, and all the unknowns. And at the last minute, we almost would have had a very low contrasty Xbox 360, and I fought really hard and went to Microsoft, showed them the difference of what was going on. Someone had accidentally just raised the blacks to 15%, which is an NTSC standard, and they weren't looking at the right proper calibrated TVs. And for us, everything turned flat gray. And so, we fought hard and showed Microsoft, like, no, you gotta put it back. So just like within, I think we were 1.5 weeks left before it would have been too late to fix it for the operating system. And that went in, and we got proper blacks with HD. HD was all new, back then it was all those component cables. So you had to do you had like audio left, right, and then you had like the
yellow one
and the red.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And HD monitors were new. It's like everything was new. The technology of like high definition in the first place. But anyway.
Wow.
Yep.
In hindsight, it's kind of crazy we pulled it off, huh, guys?
No, right?
I mean, wow. I mean, to this day, it's still considered, everybody still loves that game, 15 years later.
Can we all agree that Most Wanted wouldn't be what it is today without Paul?
There you go.
That's
Paul.
true.
Paul, man.
No.
Well, that was a question I wanted to answer from way earlier, which was, does the cast still keep in touch? And Paul and I have been friends forever, and I can't even remember where we met, but yeah, you and I like have been friends for, I won't even say because it'll age us, but
we were friends before that game. We were friends before we got
we were friends before the game. And then Dean, I can't remember. Yeah, I guess you and I must have met through the game.
Nope. Before that, we knew each other.
Too?
Before that, yeah, we knew each other before auditions.
Oh, no wonder we had great chemistry.
Yeah, we knew each other before.
Yeah.
And I mean, Habib, and I, from that game, to this day. I mean, as a matter of fact, if it wasn't for COVID being what it is, I was going to be down in the desert shooting something for Habib. We stayed in touch. I've helped Habib with certain projects, and on so on. So our I think I'm going to be in Habib's life, and he's going to be in mine until we go to one of each other's funerals. So,
what a privilege to be here, guys. What a privilege.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
Which did you like, the Supra, the Toyota Supra, or the Aston Martin DB9?
I like the Aston Martin.
Yeah,
classy.
Yeah. Hey, funny thing about that, the Aston Martin, the James Bond franchise, I think the very first Bond movie, they went to Aston Martin to ask them if they could use the Aston Martin in the Bond, the first Bond film. And my countrymen, as they are well known to be, were a little snooty about it and said no. But when it blew up and the movie became as big as it did, they kind of changed their tunes and started banging on Albert Broccoli's door to please let them use that car. So, yeah, I mean, I love the DB9. I think it's a sexy beast.
Guys, I have to step out. I have to go.
Oh, right, because you're way ahead of us time zone-wise. You're in Texas.
Yeah, my wife is calling me right now. She's telling me that I need to go help her with the baby in the car. So I'm gonna separate.
Hopefully.
Are you gone?
Butt explosion.
Are you gone?
She's coming in with the baby, so you know what I mean, man.
Oh. Yeah.
I need to keep my Need for Speed.
Yeah, you got it.
Love you guys. I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Hey, LP.
Hey, Paul, how's your car running?
Stay in touch, LP.
You guys rock. Take care, guys. Love you.
All right, take care. See ya.
Oh, man.
So,
And then there were 4.
That's awesome. He's that's probably how he's gonna put the baby to sleep and drive around.
Yeah. Engine sound.
question for Habib: how did you get the licensing for the Supra in Need for Speed Most Wanted?
There was actually an entire team dedicated to getting the licensing. It is not an easy, simple thing, and it takes literally while the game's being made, they're doing the negotiations with the car makers, and obviously we had to show as broad a set of manufacturers as possible as we could.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of them get queasy when it gets to getting police chased after their cars and things like that. So we have to just explain that it's it's all fun for the game. So the negotiators do that really well, and then they pull through all that list, a really big list for Most Wanted, and then those all have to be modeled, and we have to get verification. We have to send them screenshots to make sure that they approve how it looks.
That's
yeah.
So
all the customization, yeah.
Let's just take a few more questions, but I have a question for you, Habib. What are there any things that that the gamers and us do not know about Need for Speed Most Wanted, particularly, that you wouldn't mind sharing with us?
Something that we haven't talked about before?
Yeah, or something that you think maybe a lot of people don't know that they might find really interesting.
Oh my God, there's so many things. Yeah, I thought the 15 blacklist was, you know,
That's pretty cool.
having lived through that, where we're all in the conference room trying to come up with a solution. You know, it's like, what do we do with this now? You know, can't have the top 10.
Because then you all of a sudden have to come up with more cars, more characters, more story.
Yeah, yeah. It's you know, well, here's a fun aside is one of the revolutionary things visually we did in this game was it was dynamic time of day lighting. That means as you're playing, the lighting's changing, and we never went to nighttime. The sun would rise and then set and go back, you know, rise again. Yeah. So. And we had dynamic weather, so it would start raining and it would get overcast and the roads would get wet and you got the raindrops hitting the water, you know. So there's a lot of detail that went into those things. But I fought really hard to keep this feature in the game where you can go in and change the time of day and watch the lighting change. Because to me, that was like so magical that that's even possible.
I can see it even as you're talking.
We've never done that before in any game, and so I fought really hard. At one point, they were gonna axe that feature in the UI, and I was like, no, we got to keep that so people can see. You can like change the lighting dynamically. And when we started that idea, we like, oh, you know, we're gonna like light most things normally, and then have it, only light certain things dynamically. And then when we started to actually do it, we realized, oops, you have to light everything dynamically. Anything that wasn't included would just stick out like a sore thumb. So we
created more work.
Yeah, we couldn't cheat anything. It had to, all of it be done. And, you know, I had an incredible rendering team on that project. Yeah. Colin O'Connor, was one of them who would go beyond imagination on things. David Lamb. Colin would call, I'd give him, like, can we do this amazing lighting thing in the game and all that stuff? And he would do it, and then he would one-up it. So one of the awesome things in Most Wanted is if you did donuts near a tree, you'd see the beams of sunlight going through the shadow of the tree would go through the dust. That's called volumetric shadowing, and he just did that on his own, and he's like, look, we got volumetric shadowing. I'm like, I wouldn't have even asked for that because I wouldn't think it's even possible.
That's so cool.
And the generation changes. Like you got to remember when we went from PS2 to Xbox 360, the memory went from 32 megs to 512. And we had a limit of these things called smackables, is what we called them internally, was all the things that you could knock down with your car, street lights and all these things that you can hit. And on a PlayStation 2, we had a limit of 32 smackables per city block, So that's how many objects you could put. Actually, it was per like 4 city blocks, but, per sector. And on Most Wanted, we kept having artists populate this city with smackables, and every day I'd ask my lead artist, I'm like, the new limit was 1,000. And every day I'd ask my lead artist, I'd be like, I'd be like, have we hit the limit? Where are we at? And they were like, well, we're around 500. We're around 600. Finally we got to like 750 or something per sector, and I was like, so when are we gonna hit the limit? And they're like, we just don't have enough time to put smackables in. So it was the first time ever where I remember like we actually couldn't hit the limit, because it's so easy to hit limits on consoles and computers, and we would always fill everything to the last drop, but that was the one thing we couldn't fill up. We didn't have enough time to put smackables in the cities.
Wow. Question for Paulie: how does it work? Like working with Razor?
Yeah, it was good.
Eric Hamilton.
Yeah, Derek Hamilton. I've seen him a couple times at auditions since then, but it was actually really good. Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Because you and Derek both live in Vancouver, as does Dean.
Yes. So, yeah.
That's
we bump
cool.
into each other every once in a while, but not for a number of years. So,
Yeah.
I think Derek just went back on a film set.
Oh, really?
He was, and it was on his Instagram story. He was in a trailer.
Oh, okay, good. Good for him.
And they had like masks for him, and
Yeah, the whole COVID protocol. So, Dean, why did Frost choose the Corvette? Is there any significant piece of info behind it? Did anyone?
That's not the question. It's not the question for me. You'll have to direct that towards Habib.
that was mostly the game producers.
I bet, though, my guess is because, you know, older guys like Corvettes, and maybe that's what they put.
Sorry, Dean.
I mean, compared to like a kid. No, I mean like a kid, like Ronnie, you know, with daddy's money or whatever, or mommy's money, whoever's money.
You know that I got a chance to drive a Vet. The thing has insane horsepower. I mean, it's just, and when you're taking those things on the Sea to Sky Highway, and you know that there isn't going to be a cop for at least a quarter to half a mile stretch that you can safely get away with it. Oh my gosh. It's a beast. It's a beast. I don't know if anybody knows like that stretch of highway. I've had the opportunity to drive high performance cars from Lionsgate Bridge to Whistler Village. I've been driving it for 30 years, and I'll just say that my best time in a high performance car is 4 minutes to get there. But that Corvette was my God. My God. It's a beautiful car. I'm glad they put me in that car.
I like this question for Habib. What cars were planned to have in Most Wanted, but you cut it because due to licensing issues?
Ooh, nice question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you, Redfire.
Interesting. I have to go back and look at the list, but I think we were really good at getting our way to want them to be in it at that time. And it was more a matter of we're going to have time to model those or include it, because we knew we had a limited amount of time to build the cars and tune them, and that's what takes the most time, is actually tuning the cars for the driving. And then all of these things interact with each other, because now you got to remember you're racing also against AI cars, so the AI is driving those cars, and has to use the physics for them as well. Gets really complicated. But there was a question about the Nissan Skyline and why it wasn't in the game, and I think it may have been a question of people not necessarily knowing about it so much in North America at the time. I knew about it because I'd driven one, and there's alternative. So I think that would have been a good one to put in. Yeah, Ferrari's another one. Yeah, Ferrari's actually, we didn't want to go there for the reason I was mentioning. We wanted to steer away from the traditional Need for Speeds that were all exotic cars.
Yeah, but the question about that Skyline is I didn't know about the Skyline until that franchise, Fast and Furious, made it Paul Walker Jr.'s car of choice, because there's always that thing between him and Vin Diesel. He liked his muscle cars, and he liked Paul Walker Jr. drove the Skyline. So it would have been great to have gotten that into the game, so we could have said, we did it, knew it first.
That's right.
So,
yeah, it wasn't underground too. Yeah, but I think we chose not to have Ferraris in the game, so that was an issue of licensing. Yeah. which is interesting. And you know, when we pitched the games at EA, I should go dig those up, Simone. Those are awesome. We make these posters.
Well, we'll have to do more. Like,
yeah. So we put these mood posters where we show what is the game and what isn't it, right?
Yeah.
And when we pitched Most Wanted, what isn't it was Ferraris and golf courses, you know, people playing golf. And, you know, we ended up having a golf course in Most Wanted, but it was like, you know, you tear through the grass. But it was like, you know, what are the kind of people that would be in it, you know, and so that was actually a key differentiator and why we would want cars like that, you know. RX-7 Supra. yeah, the wish list was always bigger than we could fit. Pretty amazing. Dean, we gotta do our film, right?
Yes, we do. No, you know, the minute you guys your neighborhood can get this COVID thing under control, you know, I'm down there. It's just, that's not even a question.
Well, you can fly. You're legal to fly here. It's just like they don't even do quarantine in the States, which is crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna come back and, like, you know, get put under house arrest for 2 weeks here, because seriously, right now, what's happening here?
Yeah, that's right.
Canadians are not playing right now.
Yeah, I know. In Canada, they've got COVID police that'll knock on your door.
He always get their man. And the last thing a man of color needs is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police looking for his ass. Okay? I'm not behind that. Okay? And well for the brother. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything about the police. They have a tough job to do. I'm just saying the brothers never end well. So I think I can sit here and cool out. The vaccine's coming. Other changes are being made. And things will get back to normal in short order. I can wait. I ain't going no place. I can't wait to do your film, Habib. It's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. I love the desert, and I'm hope we still get to shoot out in the desert. It's going to be a great film. It's going to be.
I have some plans for that. I'm going to call you.
And feel free to call Paul and I too, because you know we're available.
Now that I found you guys, yes.
Our chat is blowing up with the question of the airport being cut.
Yeah, what is that? What?
So that's a Habib question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have to say I love airplanes, and actually it has something to do with the film Dean and I are doing together. But I actually wanted to put we were doing airplane drag race scene in Underground, and I always want to find a way to have that in, and so we wanted to do the whole thing where you're driving down the runway and then have the airplane land on top of you. And, but yeah, it was brought back in Payback.
I meant to do this one. It's hard with our chat, you guys, just so everyone knows.
Oh, I just got Matt talking again.
Like, it's hard for me to keep up with it. I go to like click on something and then it like already goes away.
Look, Simone, your people are smack talking me again. You better get them again.
You're still mad about the pinstripe. You're gonna get it from Dave, man.
So put on your big boy pants and get over it. Go. I'll give you the number of a body shop. Stop racing on my streets. You don't want to get pinstripes? Don't mess around. What's the matter with you?
Oh my God.
Parents are race you right. There are consequences for your actions.
Oh my God. The thing that was also cut from the game was the snow mountain area. We actually had a snow mountain area, and there were all these different zones, and we had to do some scoping exercise, as they call it. In other words, like, we're going to be able to build all that. So that was another thing that was cut. I had some concept art with that.
Cool.
Look, you already got a threat. I'm coming for you, Cross. Let's go.
Right, yeah, bring it. I've got backup. What you got? All right.
Someone has a bounty on you, 300,000.
Oh man, what's that?
Someone said cross 300,000 bounty.
Please.
So funny. Man, you guys have been so awesome. Like we have still so many people watching, so many people in the live chat. I just feel guilty because I've had you for basically 2 hours. So I really think, honestly, thank you guys so much. And I think we will definitely have to do more of these get-togethers every once in a while. I also will have our
more binder editions, right?
Yeah. Simone, you better do another one of these before COVID ends, and then because I know Paul's going to be as busy as us all day long, and we're all going to get busy and scatter. I mean, for all we know, Habib, after this is all over, could be in filming in Botswana for weeks. So you better schedule another one soon. All right?
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank our fantastic guests today. Habib, thank you for sharing your binder. LP Ripper 24, Paul Dzenkiw, Dean McKenzie. You can stay connected and follow us through the description links below. And do me a favor, everyone watching, please like this video. I'm going to be doing an interview with Paul, Ronnie, and other cast members from Need for Speed and other shows soon. So please subscribe. I really want to hit 1,000 subs because right now I am not monetized. So please help me get there. So please subscribe and you'll be the first to know when all of our awesome content is coming. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share this video, and honestly, happy Most Wanted anniversary, everyone.
Yeah.
And in closing, yes, subscribe, or I'll find your car and I'll key it.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Simone. It's been awesome to have this reunion.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
Really good.
15 years later.
Paul, good to see you.
Paul, you're gonna stay in touch, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
all right. I'll see you soon, for sure.
And Dean, I really do want you to write our Need for Speed movie franchise a la Fast and Furious, but our own thing. Because you really have some awesome ideas. Oh.
What are you talking about? We didn't discuss that. We never had that. I was drunk. I was on cold medication. Don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't say anything.
What?
It's okay.
Huh?
We're not live. Thousands of people watching this at all. Anyway, we love you all, and take care, everyone, and
Habib,
keep playing.
Call me soon.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Simone. Mwah.
Thanks, Simone.
Mwah.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.